Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Man, oh man, timing is everything, huh? You know, I made the video yesterday talking about 3 years. 3 years of Josh Heupel at the University of Tennessee, where he came from, what he's been through, the NCAA investigation finally over and done with, and now we can move on. It's 2024. All of Heupel's guys that brought in, he brought in originally are upperclassmen. It's the Nico era. It's time to move ahead. It's time to go get that top 5 class. The NCAA investigation is in the past. And then I scroll on Twitter and I see this. This is coming into my DMs. I'm getting messaged on Facebook. I see people talking about it on the general's quarters. And look, some people get mad. Oh, it's clickbait. Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah, that's what we do here. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. We're going to talk about what the fans want to talk about. That's what we do right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. And I think this is worth talking about. I think it's worth shining a light on. And let's see if there's any facts to this article. Pat Ford from SI.com puts out sources. Can you just say anything you want when you throw that word sources at the beginning? Less than a year after its last infractions case concluded, Tennessee is under NCAA investigation again. The inquiry covers multiple sports and is described as major. Well, let's take a look at what that tweet from Pat Ford says. It says Tennessee is under investigation. Well, that raises an eyebrow. That starts the conversation. That gets 82,000 views on Twitter because everybody's going to say, oh, here we go again. Tennessee is under investigation. Well, are they? Are they under investigation? We're going to get into that article. We're going to read some of it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see what the experts have to say about this article and these allegations from Pat Ford at SI.com. Before we do that, as always, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up just below this video. It is quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be any of that. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. That's why we jump on here and we talk about topics like this. We talk about rumors. We talk about speculations. It's like going over to your buddy's house, cracking open a beer, sitting down on the back deck and talking about whatever is going on with Tennessee football. If you like that, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I know that's when the Vols tip off on the basketball court. We'll have that pulled up, talking about it. We'll play some NCAA 14. We'll have a good time hanging out. That's what we do. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Coach J versus Coach Rice live film breakdown. Make sure you join us for that as well. That'll be fun. So let's go to SI.com. Let's see what Pat Ford had to actually say in his article. When you go back to the tweet, don't forget, in the tweet, he says, Tennessee is under NCAA investigation again. Well, let's go take a look at the article, see what it has to say. Tennessee under potential NCAA investigation for NIL violations in multiple sports. Let's take a look at the article. It says the University of Tennessee is immersed in another NCAA investigation. Okay, you've spun this 2 different ways, Pat. You spun it a different way in the tweet. You spun it a different way in the title. And now the first sentence of the first paragraph, you spin it a different way. Are they in an investigation or is it a potential investigation? Which one is it? He says they are immersed in another NCAA investigation of potential rules violations that is major. He said it is major in nature, sources tell Sports Illustrated. I thought Sports Illustrated was dead. I thought this site was going away. I thought there was no more Sports Illustrated magazines. I thought there was no more swimsuit edition. I thought it was all dead and gone, allegedly. The case involves multiple sports and includes scrutiny of name, image, and likeness benefits for athletes. Says the Vols were penalized last summer for more than 200 rules infractions in the football program. That's over and done with. That's in the past. I don't know why we're talking about it. Oh, I do know why we're talking about it. He says the NCAA Committee on Infractions declared that the case was one of the worst they have seen, with 18 Level 1 violations that included around $60,000 in inducement and benefits for recruits. Okay, we don't care. We know what happened. The past is the past. It's over. Let's move on. Let's get back to what Pat Ford called in the tweet an NCAA investigation, what he called in the headline a potential NCAA investigation. He says details are scarce on what Tennessee is potentially facing in the latest case, including the number of involved sports. So we don't have any details, but we're going to throw the article out. Says the school acknowledged the investigation to SI, but declined further comment other than to say it has not received a notice of allegations from the NCAA enforcement. So, is this a potential investigation? Is this an actual investigation? Well, Tennessee's not been notified of anything. Goes on to say the NCAA also declined comment in a statement to SI. With rare exceptions, the NCAA does not comment on current, pending, or potential investigations due to confidentiality rules put in place by member schools. Associate Director of Communications Megan Durham Wright said. A source familiar with the inquiry tells SI that Tennessee does not believe it has committed any violations in the NIL realm. The source cited NCAA guidance in that evolving area as vague and contradictory. So we put out the tweet that says Tennessee's under investigation. Then we say it's a potential investigation. But as we start to dig into the details of the article, it says information is scarce. Tennessee's not been notified of any allegations from the NCAA, and the NCAA did not comment. Is this just a big, gigantic nothing? Is that what this is? Well, again, I go to the experts. I go to VolQuest. I go to GoVols 247. Let's go see what they have to say about this article coming out from Pat Ford. Ryan Callahan over at GoVols 247 says, obviously, we will have to wait and see what comes out of this. He says, as we saw with Florida State, the NCAA is trying to go after some of this NIL stuff. Until Tennessee at least receives a notice of allegations, it's hard to make too much. We'll see where this goes, but the NCAA is obviously still trying to put up some guardrails when it comes to NIL, and only time will tell whether this is something Tennessee really has to worry about. He goes on to say, if nothing else, though, it's some nice fuel for the fire that other programs can drop into the discussion to use against Tennessee in recruiting. Here we go again. He says, as we've seen before, you only need a kernel of truth for other teams to take it and run with it. I don't think that would be devastating for UT, even if it happens, but it is not ideal. That was Ryan Callahan from GoVols 247. So is this whole thing, whatever this is, details are scarce, there's no substance here. Whatever is going on, is this all about NIL? Is it all about inducement? Is it all about a certain 5-star quarterback, Nico Iamaleava? Is that what this is about? Is this about a contract that got leaked to the press right around the time of the commitment for an alleged $8 million? Like, is that what this is all about? Because let me tell you something. Why are you going to make an example of the University of Tennessee when this is going it's going on all over the country? Every major football team is inducing kids to their school. It's happening. Back channel communications, right? You're going and you're going to a 7-on-7 coach. You're going to a former high school coach. You're going to former high school teammates. You're going to Twitter. Your players are going to Twitter and recruiting guys from other schools. It's happening all over the country. It's not just the University of Tennessee. Let's scroll on down here and see what Pat Ford has to say from here. He goes on to talk about Tennessee having one of the more prominent NIL collective programs in the country, the Volunteer Club, which is operated in Knoxville-based Spire Sports Group. The Volunteer Club said it had more than 4,000 members as of early December. So we're going to go ahead and put it out here in our article that Tennessee has one of, if not the best, NIL collective in the country. Now, what are we going to bring up next, Pat? What are we going to talk about next, Mr. Ford? We're going to talk about the most noteworthy NIL deal at Tennessee is believed to be quarterback Nico Iamaleava, 5-star class of 23 recruit from California. The Athletic reported in 2022 that a 5-star high school junior had agreed to a contract that could pay him up to $8 million. Said it did not name the recruit or the school he would attend. Subsequent reports speculated Nico was that player. Neither he nor his family have confirmed or denied he was a player mentioned in the Athletic story. In March 2023, Nico was a publicized pitch man for Force Factor, a supplement company. So is this what it's all about? Is this all an attack on Nico and Tennessee, laying that money out there to induce him to come to Tennessee? You go to VolQuest, Austin Price said, that he doesn't see don't see anything to be worried about with this nonsense. Brent Hubbs confirmed Tennessee's not received any notice of allegations. He did say that the NCAA has been on campus talking to some people. Talking about Nico, AP said that obviously you're going to have a spotlight on that deal because of what it mentioned here in the article that it got leaked out to the press. If you go back and you remember that article from The Athletic laid out all the deals of the contract, and you're talking about a California kid and then he commits to Tennessee. You can pretty much put the puzzle pieces together, allegedly, with what you believe on that. So the article really goes on to talk more about Nico. It continues to talk about the previous investigation because that seems to be all Pat Ford has. All he seems to have is that there might be something here. Reports, details are scarce. No allegations have been given to the University of Tennessee. There is no investigation going on right now, but is there concern here? And again, I get it. Some people are going to hate this video. They're going to say it's stupid. It's clickbait. No, we're talking about news. We're talking about the Tennessee news. I want to know what you guys think, because it is going to be, it's going to play a factor in negative recruiting, right? Every coach in the Southeastern Conference is going to be in kids' ears saying, well, did you see that, there's a potential NCAA investigation. Their NIL's not on the up and up. And like Ryan Callahan mentioned at GoVols 247, that's what's going on with Florida State right now. So it's worth talking about. It's early. I always say trust AP, trust Brent Hubbs. Those guys are the best in the business. If they say it's a big nothing, I'm going to agree with that, but I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Make sure you do smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merch. You guys know where. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. All the links to that are in the description below. Also, if you want to support this channel, hit that join button down below. You can become a member of the channel for $1. You get custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits, but more importantly, you're supporting this channel. We say for the fans, by the fans. It is also fan-funded. We could not do this without you, so consider hitting that join button. We would greatly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for this one. Hope to see you guys 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight for a little NCAA 14 fun. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.